Greetings. Today we will explore whether I really need electrolytes for daily hydration or if water alone is sufficient. Spoiler alert, water alone probably isn't cutting it. And no, that's not just the supplement industry talking. Staying hydrated is essential for overall health, but let me save you some time wading through the sea of marketing nonsense. The question isn't really water or electrolytes. It's why are we so mineral depleted in the first place that this is even a conversation? With every influencer on the planet shilling hydration powders and neon-colored sports drinks, I get why people are confused. So let's cut through the noise with some actual perspective. Please note that when I refer to water, I'm referring to pure water. In other words, water that has been properly purified. Tap water does not come into the equation here. If the water you drink isn't properly purified, then it is harmful. Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electrical charge when dissolved in water. The main players in your body include sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium chloride. These minerals regulate fluid balance, muscle contractions, nerve signals, blood pressure, and pH levels. Without them, your body doesn't just underperform, it malfunctions. Your heart relies on them to beat properly. Your brain relies on them to fire neurons. They're not optional extras like heated seats in a car. They're more like the engine. And I'm the digital avatar of Dr. MacCloud, aka the Nutrition Ninja Doc. His passion and purpose are to solve health problems to help people achieve their health, performance, and appearance goals. He utilizes AI to save time, allowing him to spend it helping others. With over 45 years of clinical experience, he has acquired extensive specialized health-related knowledge that he wants to share, which is why he produces videos. Please note that this is not medical advice. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Consult your trusted progressive healthcare provider before making any significant changes in your health regimen. Now, let's get back to today's topic. But before that, I ask you to please hit the like button if you find this information helpful. Subscribing to this channel helps get this information to more people. Now, for most people, water alone is not enough. And here's why almost nobody wants to say that out loud, because the follow-up question is uncomfortable. Then why isn't our food handling this? Great question. Let me ruin your day. Electrolytes are simply certain minerals that should be abundant in the food we eat. The operative word being should. We have systematically destroyed our topsoil through industrial farming, monocropping, pesticide use, and synthetic fertilizers that replenish just enough nutrients to make plants look healthy without actually being nutrient dense. Studies have shown that the mineral content of fruits and vegetables has declined significantly over the last 50 to 70 years. So even if you're eating your kale like a good little health warrior, that kale may contain a fraction of the magnesium and potassium it would have contained when your grandparents were eating it. Let that sink in. You can do everything right nutritionally and still come up short on essential minerals. Welcome to modern agriculture, where the tomato looks perfect on the outside and is essentially a water balloon on the inside. Most people are chronically dehydrated, and they don't even know it. Let's compound the soil problem with the fact that most people are chronically dehydrated. We live in climate-controlled boxes, drink coffee and alcohol like they're food groups or water, and consider a sip of water between meetings staying hydrated. Most people's relationship with water is like their relationship with flossing. They know they should, they say they do, but they don't. Not really. The general recommendation is somewhere between half to 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight per day. Food sources count toward this total, but let's be honest, most people aren't eating water-rich whole foods either. The old 8 to 10 glasses a day adage translates to roughly 100 to 120 ounces, which is respectable but still potentially inadequate for anyone active who lives in a warm climate, drinks caffeine, or, sweats. And here's the kicker. Drinking more water without adequate minerals can actually make things worse. You can dilute your electrolyte concentrations by pounding plain water, which is why some people drink gallons of water and still feel like garbage. It's not a hydration problem at that point. It's a mineralization problem. Theoretically, someone who eats a truly healthy, balanced, mineral-rich diet from high-quality soil, is only moderately active, doesn't sweat excessively, lives in a mild climate, doesn't consume much caffeine or alcohol, doesn't eat processed food. So basically, almost nobody living in the modern Western world. Your kidneys are remarkably efficient at maintaining electrolyte balance as long as you give them something to work with. Most people simply don't. While I'd argue most people benefit from some baseline electrolyte support, there are situations where it goes from helpful to non-negotiable. 1. Regular moderate to intense exercise. If you're exercising heavily for more than 30 to 90 minutes, especially in the heat, you're losing significant electrolytes through sweat. And not just sodium. Potassium, magnesium, and calcium are walking out the door too. Electrolyte replacement in this context isn't a luxury. It's preventing your muscles from staging a full-scale revolt in the form of cramps, fatigue, and impaired performance. 2. Heavy sweating, work, climate, or sauna use. People who work outdoors in high heat or humidity need electrolyte support, full stop. And if you're a regular sauna user, which I'm a fan of for detox, cardiovascular, and age reversal benefits, you should absolutely be replenishing electrolytes. You can sweat out a shocking amount of minerals in a 20 to 30 minute sauna session. Skipping electrolytes after sauna use is like draining your car's oil and expecting it to run fine. 3. Illness, vomiting, or diarrhea. When you're losing fluids rapidly, you're hemorrhaging electrolytes right along with them. Plain water won't cut it here. A quality rehydration solution will restore balance far more effectively. This is one of those rare times where conventional medicine and common sense actually agree. 4. Low-carb, ketogenic, or fasting protocols. These dietary approaches cause increased water and electrolyte excretion, which is part of the metabolic shift. The dreaded keto flu, that's largely an electrolyte deficiency, not some mysterious detox reaction. Headaches, weakness, dizziness, and brain fog, most of it resolves with proper sodium, potassium, and magnesium supplementation. If you're fasting or eating low carb without electrolyte support, you're making it unnecessarily hard on yourself. 5. Aging. Here's one nobody talks about enough. As you age, your thirst mechanism becomes less reliable, your kidney function changes, and your ability to retain minerals decreases. Older adults are particularly vulnerable to electrolyte imbalances, and many of the symptoms blamed on just getting old, such as muscle weakness, brain fog, fatigue, and dizziness, can be traced right back to mineral deficiency. Yes, because the universe has a sense of humor, and you can indeed have too much of a good thing, including water itself. Hyponatremia or low serum sodium is real and dangerous and can be caused by consuming too much water. Overusing electrolyte drinks when they're not warranted or choosing the wrong ones can lead to high blood pressure, water retention, unnecessary calorie and sugar intake, looking at you, Gatorade, GI distress. Too much magnesium will absolutely remind you it's a natural laxative. This is why I'm not a fan of most commercial sports drinks. They're essentially sugar water with a sprinkle of sodium and a marketing budget the size of a small country's GDP. If you're going to supplement electrolytes, choose a clean product without added sugars, artificial colors, or unnecessary fillers. There are plenty of quality electrolyte powders and tablets on the market. Read the labels like your health depends on it, because it does. Having been at this for over 45 years, I've seen thousands of products come and go. About 20 years ago, I began formulating my own supplements. One of the top things I came up with is a magnesium-rich electrolyte powder with multiple forms of magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most common nutritional deficiencies around, and most electrolyte formulations do not have sufficient amounts. The two products I developed are Mag10X and Medo Energy Y, which is Mag10X plus a comprehensive B complex. These products are in the form of a powder that can be added to water. I like to add them to naturally flavored coconut water like Bai. This allows you to sip it over 60 to 90 minutes for maximum absorption with minimal potential GI side effects, such as extremely loose stools. You can find these products on either of my websites, ARTC-Health or MyBodySymphony.com. I don't want to completely trash the idea of getting electrolytes from food, because in a perfect world, that's exactly how it should work. And quality food sources remain important. Avocados and bananas, potassium, dark leafy greens, magnesium and calcium, nuts and seeds, magnesium, wild-caught fish, multiple minerals, quality sea salt, Himalayan or Celtic salt, sodium, chloride, and trace minerals, ditch the bleached, stripped-down table salt, bone broth, a broad spectrum of minerals in bioavailable form. But remember, the nutrient density of these foods depends entirely on the soil they were grown in and the conditions under which they were raised. Organic and regeneratively farmed produce will generally deliver more minerals than their conventionally farmed counterparts, generally. It's still not a guarantee. For daily life, drink water consistently throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because by then you're already behind. Aim for half to 1 ounce per pound of body weight. Add a pinch of quality sea salt or a clean electrolyte supplement to your water, especially first thing in the morning. Check urine color. Pale yellow is the sweet spot. Clear means you may be over-diluting. Dark yellow means drink up. Blue means you are taking methylene blue. Green means that you are taking both methylene blue and B-complex vitamins. Green is my goal. Eat mineral-rich whole foods from the best sources you can access. For heavy activity, sauna use, or illness, use a quality electrolyte solution, not a sugar-laden sports drink. Replenish during and after activity, not just after. Pay attention to symptoms. Muscle cramps, headaches, fatigue, and dizziness are your body's not-so-subtle way of saying, hey, I need minerals, you donut. Here's where I break from the mainstream water is enough crowd. For the average person living a modern lifestyle, eating modern food, and dealing with modern stressors, plain water alone is likely not optimally hydrating you. It's a good start, but it's not the whole picture. The real issue isn't whether you need electrolytes. You do. The issue is that our food supply has been degraded to the point where we can no longer assume our diet is covering our mineral needs. Add in caffeine consumption, stress, which burns through magnesium as a teenager, burns through data, processed food, and sedentary indoor living, and you've got a recipe for chronic low-grade mineral depletion that manifests as fatigue, brain fog, muscle issues, and poor recovery. And my recommendation, most people should consider a baseline electrolyte supplement. Nothing crazy, nothing expensive, just a clean product with sodium, potassium, and magnesium added to your daily water. Think of it as insurance for a food system that's no longer holding up its end of the bargain. Electrolyte drinks aren't just for athletes and sick people anymore. They're for anyone living in a world where the soil is tired, the food is diluted, and our bodies are running on fumes, while we pretend 8 cups of filtered water is handling everything. It's not. But now you know better. For more on optimizing your health from the inside out, visit ARTC Health or call 941-806-5511.